at center, number 34, Shaquille O'Neal.
Of course, everyone remembers Showtime. I knew that they had great tradition, great history, and I knew that if I would come, that I would have big shoes to fill.
The Lakers are favored to win the NBA title this year because of the presence of Shaquille O'Neal.
To have my name mentioned in the same breath as a Jerry West, Magic, Chamberlain, Kareem, Worthy, would someday be an honor.
The Lakers will attempt to win their first NBA title since 1988.
We're just on a mission.
Your Los Angeles Lakers.
I want a couple of rings. I want you to hang my jersey up there when it's all said and done.
Let's go. 1, 2, 3, lace!
Sometimes when you're expected to be the best, becoming your best can be the hardest thing. The story of the 2000 Los Angeles Lakers actually began in 1996, when Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant arrived to usher in a new era of Laker glory. That they were both individually destined for stardom in LA was never in doubt.
Did you see the move by the kid? That's Kobe!
But thriving in the shadow of the Lakers' past wasn't easy. When the talent is great, so is the sense of responsibility for the team. It's all on my shoulders, the young superstar thinks, so I'll have to do it all myself. In the postseason, Kobe and Shaq learned the hard way that no player ever goes farther than the 11 other men wearing the same jersey.
And the Utah Jazz going to the Western Conference Finals.
Before you succeed, you must learn how to fail. And I just hope that I don't have to, fail too many more times.
Total domination by the experienced Utah Jazz against the youthful, talented Los Angeles Lakers.
Everybody was down. Everybody was upset. But I can honestly say we weren't close to being a championship caliber team.
I'm not going to say that the Spurs have better individual talent than the Lakers, but I am going to say they have a better team.
It's bad enough to get beat, but lose 4 straight games for the second consecutive year. That's not acceptable.
And we look at each other on the bus, on the plane, and each year we've fallen short and have sat in those lockers and cried our eyes out as grown men because of the failures we've had.
The answer was as much a part of Laker history as championship basketball itself. The original Minneapolis Lakers featured George Mikan, the NBA's first true superstar. In the 1940s and 50s, the Lakers built 5 championships around him.
Well, we had a great team. We played as a team. It was sort of nice to take the basketball court and have the announcers say, the Minneapolis Lakers, the world champions.
In 1972, 2 all-time greats, Wilt Chamberlain and Jerry West, joined forces on one of the greatest teams in NBA history.
Our players were at the age of their careers where everything was going to be concentrated on our team, not on individual things. It was a perfect season.
The team won an NBA record 33 straight games on its way to the title. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Magic Johnson led the Lakers to 5 championships in the 80s, when the true brilliance of the team's stars was in how they never tried to outshine their teammates.
I mean, you're talking about 12 guys understanding how to play their role and what it takes to win. Then they understand what basketball really is.
For the new millennium, the Lakers moved to a new home. But it was a new coach that heralded a bigger change and a future more in tune with the traditions of the Lakers' past.
Without further ado, the new coach of the Los Angeles Lakers, Phil Jackson.
Phil Jackson had won 6 NBA championships as coach of the Chicago Bulls. But his impressive resume came with doubts. that his unorthodox style would mesh with the Lakers' youthful stars.
Man, you gotta see so much stuff. Just pivot work, like, without even having a basketball. Just, run, set a pick, then spin, pivot, go, then stop, change the direction. Like, without a basketball. Like, practice layups without a basketball. It's weird.
Jackson's first challenge was to get his new players to understand him. Then he still had to get them to unite behind him.
There was kind of a Kobe faction on one side and a Shaquille faction on the other, and we had to bring these guys together. And there were some personal goals that were standing in front of the group goals, and that all had to be kind of figured out. It was a situation in which, I was asking them to kind of fit into roles and demanded the team to play more unselfish basketball.
The first time in my career, a coach came in and said, look, this is what you're going to do, this is what you're going to master. If you're not going to do that, then you're not going to be here.
During the preseason, any early optimism appeared hopelessly misplaced.
Back Horry down the middle shows to the wrong team. I've never seen a quarter much worse than this by a Laker group.
To make matters worse, Kobe Bryant broke his hand and would miss 8 weeks. The season would begin with little reason for hope and even less reason to believe.
Guys have to rid themselves of old habits. You got to trust the staff, your teammates, and yourself that you can grow. And a lot of people don't want to trust, they want to hold on. And you got to kind of throw yourself into the abyss and kiss the dice and let them roll.
When the regular season started, the Lakers took a leap of faith together and immediately began to fly.
Bryant gets it back, comes in deep, bounce under to Shaq. Beautiful play.
What you have seen here tonight is a different-looking Lakers team, and you see the impact of Phil Jackson.
That's the attitude. You have to share the ball. And in sharing the ball, we get layups. We get easy shots.
Veteran players with championship-level experience were added to help carry the message from the coaches to the court.
It's about transferring. It's about building that next generation. They have to learn and have to be able to grow, but they have to have somebody to teach them.
Another key ingredient were the talented Laker holdovers who were asked to sacrifice playing time in exchange for the promise of a championship.
You look at Derek Fisher, you look at Robert Horry, myself, the three of us were starters on a 62-win team. 2 years later, we're the backbone of the bench. You accept the fact that if your career is going to be about being the best team out there, then there's going to be some guys that are going to have to take lesser roles.
The pivotal role belonged to Shaquille O'Neal. Finally, in a system where he was asked to focus on making his teammates better, Shaq discovered leadership skills that made him better than ever.
Shaq has become a different player. He has got himself in better physical shape. His mentality for the game is much better, and his maturity.
When Kobe returned from injury, the Lakers' 21-year-old star also seemed more mature, instantly adapting to the new team-first approach.
One of the first things Phil said was, it's not how hard you play, because you can play with all the heart you want, but it's how smart you play.
It was vintage Laker basketball, as Kobe and Shaq came together like magic. Shaq dubbed them the combo.
Some combo, huh?
Either Kobe comes first with the jab, and then you follow with me, the knockout.
Kobe's with the ball, lob under to Shaq. Perfect pass from Kobe Bryant. Great execution by Shaq.
Or either Shaq comes with the jab, and then you follow with Kobe knockout.
He's getting the ball. He knows what's going on in his 28th birthday. Under to Kobe. Those two have complimented each other as well as any two Laker players in history.
But it wasn't just the combo. It was the constant flow of the ball that lifted the Lakers, the infinite combinations possible when 5 players play as one.
We felt at that time there's no one better in the NBA, and we just took off like a bottle rocket.
With winning streaks of 11, 16, and 19 games, the Lakers steamrolled to an NBA best 67 wins.
I think the best thing, and what people are saying, is a joie de vivre between the players. That, kind of love of the game, I think is very special and makes the work together enjoyable.
As the playoffs drew near, the Lakers had every right to feel unbeatable. In the first round of the playoffs, the Lakers' regular season confidence carried over. But against the backdrop of their past failures, they were all too aware of the hazards of postseason play.
We knew that there were going to be some tests, and we know being the best team in the regular season, the tests were going to be very hard. We knew that every team wanted to make history by beating us. We knew that every team was going to be up for us.
Facing the high-powered Sacramento Kings, the Lakers set about their job with devastating efficiency.
O'Neal against Divac. That's the way the playoffs begin for the Lakers.
You love the playoffs because your star players come to the front. That's what this is all about.
Kobe spins in, left baseline shot is in. Boy, was he under control on that one.
And the Lakers pour it on.
Picked up by O'Neal, 3-on-1.
It's all working right now for the Lakers.
And the Lakers, at least through 2 games, look unbeatable.
3-0. We just did what we were supposed to do. Now we just need to go up there and, get game 3.
The ease of their 2 home victories may have blinded LA to the threat that still lurked in the rabid atmosphere of Sacramento.
Guys really, they really didn't know too much what to expect. And in Sacramento, they have awesome fans. They're loud, they're crazy, they cheer for their home team. It was really the Lions' den.
Harper curling into the paint, rejected by Divac. The Lakers in a real offensive drought. Sacramento in numbers. Williams pushing it. Blind pass to Anderson for the reverse.
What happened in Sacramento in games 3 and 4 caught the Lakers like a slap in the face.
Poked away by Webber. 3-on-2 behind the back to Stojakovic. Back into Webber.
And listen to this Arco Arena crowd.
It would either wake the Lakers up or drop them to their knees.
The Lakers are unraveling right now in the face of this pressure.
Shaq didn't shoot foul shots well. Kobe made turnovers at the end of the game. Emotionally, their crowd got into the game, and we lost momentum.
Yes, a pretty shot from Stojakovic.
The Lakers' swagger gave way to the emptiness that felt all too familiar.
The series goes back to Los Angeles for game 5.
It's so easy to lose at home and just have a vacation. We feel good, baby. We're going back to LA.
That's right. And the Lakers face adversity for the first time in the playoffs, and we'll see how they respond.
They failed dramatically in this first test. So now, the pressure's there. Can we win on our home court?
With nothing in their experience as a team to fall back on, the Lakers only had their trust in each other to cling to.
Success, is a long journey, and it's definitely, in this case, been long because of the failures we've had. There comes a point where you grow through those failures, and you find a way to fight through, the next adversity that you face.
If leadership is to matter, it has to be there when the team's survival is at stake. In Game 5, Shaq was completely there.
Down the lane, rejected by Shaquille O'Neal.
He just came out and he was just ready for business. And, I sort of took a step back and just started smiling, like, okay, the big fella's ready to play.
Shaquille O'Neal has grabbed this game by the throat and squeezed.
Shaq's 32 points and 18 rebounds led the Lakers to a 27-point Game 5 victory, and on to the next round and the next challenge.
I hope we just remember being an elimination game and what it's like to be in a situation that you have to win. And hopefully make a vow you never get there again the rest of this playoffs. It's not a good feeling.
For all my friends in the media who like quotes, mark this quote down. From this day on, I would like to be known as the big Aristotle. Because it was Aristotle who said, excellence is not a singular act, but a habit. You are what you repeatedly do.
Number 1 in scoring, number 2 in rebounds, number 3 in block shots, 4 assists a game almost, and only 3 people played more minutes as you were leading your team to 67 victories. It's a pleasure to watch you grow. Congratulations, 1999-2000 NBA MVP, Shaquille O'Neal.
By earning his first MVP trophy, Shaq had collected the league's top individual honor. Now his sights were set on the ultimate team honor, the NBA championship. Ironically, it was Shaq's old running mate from Orlando, Penny Hardaway, whose Phoenix Suns stood in the way. What Shaq and Penny were together in Orlando, Shaq and Kobe now went beyond in L.A.
Here is Kobe beating Shaq. Shaq has been awesome.
Shaq's 37 points led the Lakers to a Game 1 rout.
No way to stop Shaquille O'Neal.
And then Kobe supplied the heroics in a Game 2 thriller.
This is it now. Game's on the line. You're down 1. 13 seconds left. You need a point to tie. You need 2 to win the game. What a historic way of repeating finish system. Kobe down the middle, in the air, shows up a... Oh, he made it! 2.5 seconds left. And the Lakers have taken a 2-0 lead in the best-of-7 Western semifinal.
I think after Game 2, we had a little bit more confidence that we could pull any game out, we could pull out of any situation.
Kobe and Shaq had restored the Lakers' regular season swagger. And in Game 3 in Phoenix, L.A. got its first playoff road win.
And here come the Lakers.
Oh, my heavens, I don't believe it. The Lakers are beating the Suns to the punch.
The Lakers closed out the Suns in Game 5 with a 22-point win back home in L.A.
You're kidding me. Unbelievable. And maybe the Lakers are developing that killer instinct. And the L.A. Lakers win big as they rout the Phoenix Suns.
The Sun series is over. We've made it to the Final Four. Portland series coming up next.
The Lakers stormed into the Western Conference Finals looking like they had every reason in the world to be confident. But lurking just below the surface was the fear that past playoff nightmares could come back to haunt them.
We looked at it as a stepping stone that we'd failed at in previous years. The Western Conference Finals, we were unable to push through that. To start the season, Portland Trailblazers had been talked about as the most talented team. In the past, we had been dubbed the most talented team.
A great rivalry, and it's going to become an even greater rivalry as this series moves along to what people feel could go the full 7.
The Lakers had earned the home court advantage by beating out the Portland Trailblazers for the conference's best regular season record. In Game 1 at the Staples Center, they were clearly in their comfort zone.
No stopping that. O'Neal has it low left. Out to Horry. A 3 on the way. Good on the left side. Robert Horry has it stuck on automatic. And he is killing them from all sides. No Pippen, and Anthony was going to call a timeout. Lost the ball. Bryant is steal. Bryant brings it down left the lane. Leaves it for Fox. A left corner 3. Look it. Everything working for the Lakers.
In Game 1, the gauntlet has been laid down.
But the Blazers were not a team to back down from a challenge. Led by 6-time NBA champion Scottie Pippen, they put Game 1 behind them and took the challenge to the Lakers in Game 2.
Robert Horry advancing on the dribble, and there's Pippen to knock it loose.
The home court advantage that had taken the Lakers all season to build was gone in a single lackluster effort.
Defense for the Blazers. It's Smith from the wing, inside. And we are even in the Western Conference Finals, 1-1. Home court is switched, and this series has been turned upside down.
They came in, and nothing went wrong for them, and everything went wrong for us. We didn't run our offense, we didn't execute, we didn't stop, and we had that sly look from Scottie, that one where he glances over at Phil and everyone else. I hate that sly look he gives.
We got beat pretty bad that second game, and realizing that we had to go up and play on Portland's home court, it was something to be reckoned with.
With memories of their first-round losses in Sacramento still fresh in their minds, the Lakers took the court in Portland with no margin for error.
We just had to come to grips, this is a business trip. We have to go up there and we have to play, because we don't want to face something that we never had before, and that's being down in a series.
The Lakers trailed in Game 3 by 14 points, but stormed all the way back and looked to one of their veterans to put them over the top.
39 seconds left. Kobe Bryant now drives it into the lane. Stops, jump pass left corner to Harper. He fires. Good. Ron Harper puts the Lakers up by 2.
In the final seconds, it was the defense of a young leader that sealed the win.
Stoudemire outside left, 8 seconds. Stoudemire against Bryant. Stoudemire driving the lane, right side Sabonis. Down the lane, flips the shot up, blocked. Cleared by Bryant. The Lakers win.
The Lakers' determination was to be expected. What happened in Game 4 couldn't have been predicted. Shaq made all 9 of his free throws.
Shaq will be more proud of this than any dunk, any score, anything that he's ever done.
The series was headed back to L.A. with the Lakers 1 win away from the finals.
What do you think about Tuesday night?
Staples Center better be rocking and rolling, baby, because we're going to wrap it up.
Lakers in 5!
Yeah, baby! But instead of a celebration, the Lakers returned home to an ambush.
Bryant's pass ahead, stolen by Smith. Smith in the front court for the Blazers. Quick move, baseline left, underneath. Leaves it for Pippen. Scotty with a dunk.
Game 5 had slipped through their fingers. In Game 6, they lost control of the series.
Shaq takes it through the lane and throws up a wild shot that clears the backboard.
And the Zen Master is staggered, stunned, and stupefied. Wallace against Dory. Back for the jam. Yeah! There will be a Game 7. Staples Center, here we come. It's a one-game showdown. Winner, take all.
Not happy with the performance, that's for sure. But I think they understand that this is a war, and this battle tonight was lost, but the war's not over.
Game 7, the Western Conference Championship on the line. The series is tied at 3 games apiece, and this afternoon it's put up or shut up.
Shaq doesn't do it today. Everything he's accomplished this year goes up in smoke. That's what the MVP is all about.
The threat of being a loser, being out of the playoffs, and once again facing the disappointment. That was something that no one obviously wanted to deal with, but that day was right there, that moment was right there before you.
It's our season, man. We know we can work harder. Every loose ball, man. We got to have everything today.
Hey, man, listen, let's go out there, play our best, man. Listen.
Come on, lay off the business. Let's go.
1, 2, 3, must win!
In Game 7, the Lakers' worst nightmare was becoming a frightening reality.
This Blazer team right now has so much confidence that it is scary. Now Smitty has a 10 to shoot. A long 3 is in! Smitty with a dagger right through the eyes. Smith in the front court. His hands are on fire. Smith, three-pointer out front. Ring it up! Oh, Smitty with ice water in his veins.
This is a 15-point game.
The Lakers are at their mercy right now. They totally collapsed.
I'm sitting over on the bench and I'm trying to figure out, what just happened over the last 4 days and how all of a sudden that we find ourselves in a position where, this could be over for us.
The Trailblazers have blown it open. The Staples Center is sitting in stunned silence.
Looking at each other's eyes and seeing that we'd come that far, all of that came down to Phil Jackson walking into huddle at the beginning of the fourth quarter and basically mentioning to us that, we had to go about our game the way we had been doing it all year.
Forget about Shaq. He's open-toed in. If he's not, don't change your game just to go into him. Get the ball going. It'll loosen up.
2 and 3 guys were focused on Shaquille, and here it was, Brian Shaw, myself, Derek Fisher, Robert Horry, the guys that were the supporting cast were given shots, and it was just that time to take them.
They didn't need a miracle, just one perfect quarter of Laker basketball.
Horry dances off to the right, shoots the 3, good! The Lakers looking for more.
Why did they bother selling seats? Nobody is sitting down.
Bonzi against Fox. Left baseline, drives to the hoop, bump. Shot blocked by Bryant, and Kobe controls in the corner. All of a sudden, the Blazers can't buy a hoop. The whole season on the line.
You have to take good shots from now on.
There's a big trip for the Lakers. Ori comes left to Fox. A left corner three by Shaw. Good! Brian Shaw right down the well.
Great rally by the Lakers.
And you can see the confidence just rise with the Lakers.
Fourth quarter, they kept leaving me open for looks, and once I hit one, just it felt like anything that I put up there was going to go in the basket.
Into O'Neal, low left, he's doubled up. Shaw shooting the three, good on the left side. Brian Shaw brings the Lakers even at 75. 15 points in a row for LA.
Tie game. The Western Conference Championship on the line.
O'Neal has it right in the lane. The jump hook, bank it in. The Lakers are taking the lead.
Finally, it seemed like the sea opened up and Kobe drove again, and they cut it off, but they forgot that there was a big guy back there, about 7'1", 325 pounds.
Kobe on the move. Louds for O'Neal for the dunk. Kobe Bryant worked into the lane, and Shaq hammered it in with the right hand.
Portland can put the champagne away and get out the bottled water, because that's all they're going to drink on their way home.
From the brink of elimination to the brink of the NBA Finals.
There was Shaquille again, like we had ridden his back all year, found a way to catch it and bring it down and come out of that crowd under the basket, as animated as ever. And you talk about growing up and conquering demons all in one 12-minute swoop.
The Lakers are going to the NBA Finals for the first time since 1991.
The Lakers' opponents in the finals would be Reggie Miller and the Indiana Pacers, another team that believed its time had come.
Miller puts it down, goes again, yes!
After 4 failed trips to the conference finals, the Pacers had finally made it through, and they were determined to make it count.
The Indiana Pacers on their way to the NBA Finals for the first time in their history.
We're going to the South!
We're not coming in here to lay down. We're coming in here to shock the world.
I think the city's been waiting for this moment, just like I've been waiting for this moment. We have an opportunity to do something that hasn't been done for, I think, 10, 11 years. So I'm sure the city is pumped up.
Yeah! We're number one! It's the beginning of a Laker dynasty, baby!
Ladies and gentlemen, a very pleasant good evening to you from the beautiful Staples Center, Los Angeles, California. Tonight, the real season begins. The Los Angeles Lakers and the Indiana Pacers vying for the NBA championship of 1999-2000.
Go Lakers! #1, baby!
I'm here. All I gotta do now is get that ring.
It's the Hoosiers against Hollywood.
The Lakers are matched against one of their old rivals, Larry Bird.
This is the ultimate. This is where it's at.
Just looking up, seeing the NBA Finals banners, and seeing NBA Finals on the floor, NBA Finals 2000 on your jerseys. It's a great feeling. It kind of feels like you're just dreaming, really.
And the 2000 NBA Finals are just about set to begin.
From the opening tip of Game 1, the Lakers unleashed the athleticism of Kobe
Sensational play by the kid.
and the power of Shaq to see how the Indiana Pacers would try to contain them.
When he gets the ball that deep, it's too late. He will punish you. He's the most dominant player in the game, off to a terrific start.
Rick kept saying to me, Rick Fox kept saying, they're not doubling Shaq. And I kept saying, good, and stop mentioning it before they hear you. and they saw why you should always send 3 and 4 people after them.
O'Neal puts it down, and it's 11 first quarter points. He's on his way to a 40-point night.
When the Pacers adjusted and collapsed on Shaq, he passed the ball to his wide-open teammates.
Cross court, Harper, open 3, yes!
Lakers by 17, a little over 2 minutes to go here in the half. Lakers have been brilliant here to start game 1.
While all the Lakers' offensive weapons were firing, the Pacers' top gunner couldn't get a shot off.
Believe me, they cannot go anywhere without Reggie Miller scoring points.
Then in the second half, the Pacers showed their resilience.
Blocked, score. Keep pushing them hard, Mark. Keep pushing them hard. You're right there. We're right there.
Jackson front court. Jackson down the middle. Jackson all the way. Put it up. It'll count if it goes. It goes. Each fouled. Hey, we got ourselves a ball game.
One out stops. One stop here. Got board.
6 seconds to shoot. Shaw drives, and it's recycled by Davis. Here comes Jackson. He's got Rose on his left, Miller on his right. Bouncing top of the circle. Pass inside. Dale Davis is there for the slam.
Indiana back in it, trailing by 2.
Don't let them keep going. Don't let them hang around. Don't embarrass ourselves. We need all the home games, man.
The time had come to defend the home court, and Shaq led a massive counterattack.
Blocked by Shaquille O'Neal.
Shaq has just dominated.
It's like a man against boys here tonight.
The MVP, the look in his face, the man wants a championship to finish this season.
Shaq is in. Slams it for 43 on the alley-oop pass on the right side. He's dropped the hammer in game 1. This game is in the refrigerator. The door is closed. The lights are out. The eggs are cooling. The butter getting hard. The jello is jiggling.
A lot of teams have come up with strategies in defending against you, and none of them have worked. How would you defend against yourself?
I wouldn't. I would just go home. I would fake an injury or something.
We're down 1 zip. We don't want to be down 2 zip, so I think there's a sense of urgency.
They came out here to win 1 game. This is their game tonight. They got their backs at the wall, and they're going to play with a lot of energy. So build yourself up to what this game's going to demand.
Despite Phil's warning, the Lakers came out flat.
Bounce pass is a bad one. Jackson intercepts. Miller on a run. Fast break goes to Miller. Miller underneath. Lay it up and in. That's a beautiful play. We've got a different ball game right from the get-go here. They wait now for Reggie. They clear him out on Harper. Still got it. Now the dribble. Now the baseline. For the layup. Good. And Miller explodes for 6 quick points.
This is a different Pacer team than we saw in game 1. The pride has surfaced.
They got their ball pressure up, guys. They're not being so passive in this game. You got to match that.
The Lakers righted themselves and fought their way back into the game.
Here comes Bryant out of the pack, shoveling it to Harper.
Harper on the left. Rose is back. Ron Harper drives for the layup.
Here's Bryant, 6 on the shot clock. Reggie defending. Kobe finds Shaq. Powers up for the dunk. Plus the foul.
No way that anybody can stop that.
The combo was clicking until fate dished out a cruel twist.
Bryant, fire from the right wing is good. Kobe goes down, his ankle sprained. Kobe's hurt. He's writhing in pain.
That's bad news for the Los Angeles Lakers.
As they hold their collective breath at the Staples Center.
This is not good, folks. There could be trouble in River City.
Kobe Bryant left the game, and he wouldn't return.
We kind of got together and said, hey, look, we got one of our key players down, so we got to pick it up. They're going to sense that they're going to have an advantage because Kobe's out, but we had to turn the tables on that.
As soon as called upon, the Lakers' role players stepped up to prove they could be counted on too.
On the outside, they move it around. Rice, yes, the three ball. And you know he will go now to pick up the scoring slack with the absence of Kobe. O'Neal out high on the left side. The entry pass, O'Neal spins, wants the alley-oop. Good ball. Oh, what a move. And the Shaq made a statement with that one.
Still, the Lakers couldn't finish the Pacers off. as the two teams traded baskets late into the fourth quarter.
Bad pass to Fox. Crozier's got it loose. Austin Crozier picks it up, goes for the layup. Yes!
Those are the hustle plays that the Pacers must have.
Great ball movement. Open three. Gave it to him, and he nails it.
What a basketball game this has become, Brent. Both sides rising to the occasion.
Indiana has answered every challenge that Lakers have made.
Long pass, open layup. Reggie!
Oh, man, they're hanging around, man. They're hanging around. Man.
On a critical late possession, the Lakers would patiently work the ball until they found the right combinations to put Indiana away.
Fox waits O'Neal in the paint. Jump pass. Horry scores and fouled. A beautiful delivery by Shaquille O'Neal. And now the Pacers are under fire. 42 seconds left. Fox drives the layup. Yes! And foul. Rick Fox puts it in the icebox, folks.
And even without Kobe Bryant, the Lakers will take a 2-0 lead to Indiana.
And Shaquille O'Neal brings the crowd to its feet with a big smile.
Down, 2 to go.
No one needs to be told that Indiana is basketball territory.
This is where basketball lives and breathes in Indiana, and you ain't got nothing on us, baby.
This is it. We're going to do it. Go Pacers!
Yeah! It's going to be a different story tonight. This is game 3. We're going to take it all, baby. This is Indiana's now.
And the Lakers tonight are without Kobe Bryant.
Y'all ready to make some noise out there? Let me hear how y'all gonna scream out there.
Pressure clearly on the Pacers in this game. Blues here tonight, and they go down 3 games to none.
Come on now. 1, 2, 3, legs.
In Game 3, under the roar of the crowd, a heart could be heard beating louder and louder.
Jalen sends it down low to Perkins, pass to the cutter, and Miller is walloped and counted. And
he's got an anger on, folks. He's finally found an enemy.
Reggie for 3.
To a blazing start.
Reggie Miller, the heart and soul of his team, was breathing new life into the Pacers.
Little ball pressure. Get up on him. He'll go right. Jay! Go get it, Jay! The Lakers have 10 turnovers.
Here comes Rose.
Jalen all the way. And you can count it.
Unbelievable. Lakers coming unraveled.
We gotta start playing some D. Get your feet moving. No layups out here. Shot, even stood. Reverse out. He can't guard you. You reverse out so hard.
Without Kobe, the Lakers all looked to Shaq, and he pounded away at the Pacers' 18-point lead.
Shaw brings the ball to Fox. Fox down the middle. Stop. Loses the ball. Free ball. Fox might get it back. He does. Comes underneath. Throws it to Shaq. Slam dunk. That's a heck of a play by Fox.
That's a good run. You guys got a good run. All right, we're back now.
But the Lakers would look Shaq's way once too often, and Miller made them pay.
Ball poked away. Reggie wins the race to it.
And Miller's got it on the steal.
He's going to pull up on the arc and let it go.
Gonna fire a 3. Yes! Reggie Miller!
Look out, he's dancing. He's prancing up and down, waving to the crowd.
The Pacers have cut it to 2 games to 1.
And these Hoosiers can't wait for Wednesday night.
Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome tonight, the most important game of the finals.
The eyes of Indianapolis are on the ankle of Kobe Bryant.
The big question for Laker fans, will Kobe Bryant play tonight?
You need to be 95% to play. Right?
Oh.
Okay. With 50%?
We don't need 80%. I can change my game.
Okay.
Indiana broke through in Game 3. That makes tonight's game pivotal. An Indiana win, and it's a series at 2-2.
How about them Pacers? Win the second one tonight. That's what's going to happen. You betcha.
Is there any circumstance that you can envision right now that would keep you from playing?
Any snipers in the room?
Kobe Bryant's mere presence on the court in Game 4 was an accomplishment, but how much he could contribute with limited mobility was still a mystery.
Kobe is not moving well at all. He is really favoring that foot.
Equally puzzling for the Lakers was how to stop Indiana's rejuvenated offense.
Anybody who thought that this wasn't a series was wrong.
Still rolling with their momentum from Game 3, the Pacers continued their inspired play.
Oh, baby, these guys are on the floor. I mean, they're going after it.
Hustle plays. The Pacers are getting them all.
Turnovers are killing us, got 2 in a row. Get the ball game back in rhythm there. Offensive rebound.
Kobe began to work off the rust, and the entire team started to shine.
Rice launches, scores.
And Kobe's starting to get a little bounce in his step here. You can see he's starting to feel much better. Kobe with a great feed to O'Neal. I think if you're Phil Jackson, you have to be very happy. You've sort of weathered this storm, this emotion.
Folks, we got a dandy brewing in the Conseco Fieldhouse in Indianapolis.
In the second half, both conference champions would be at their best, and they would keep getting better as the game wore on.
Reggie with the shake move and the drive, the reverse.
Kobe, jump shot for the lead, yes!
Keep forcing the issue now. Don't back off. Keep taking it right to him.
Riding a seesaw, and now it's Indiana's turn to lead.
Perkins 3 ball, missed this time. Best underneath, Skies, the littlest man. Miller 3.
Here's Reggie. Boom, baby! The crowd's going crazy in Indianapolis.
LA's turn. Shaquille comes to the paint, swings baseline, and jams it down.
There would be 10 lead changes in the fourth quarter alone, until the Lakers led by 3 in the final minute.
Perkins for 3, and he ties the game! Can you believe that?
Oh, baby! And the Pacers are right at the Lakers' throats.
In the final seconds, each team had a chance to win.
Jack's hook shot rolled off to the left-hand side, and we go to overtime, tied at 104.
Boy, this is a gut-wrencher, isn't it?
Folks, you can feel the intensity here.
It's nervous time in Indianapolis.
When overtime began, Shaq's night abruptly ended.
Rose keeps it. Jump shot. No. Spence and O'Neal battle. Rebound foul is called.
That's a loose ball foul on Shaq. That'll be number 6. What a big play.
O'Neal is gone.
One star left the game, but another one was still on the floor. And the 21-year-old Kobe Bryant walked boldly into the spotlight.
Kobe's got to move center stage.
Here he is over Jackson.
The Pacers frantically trying to get this thing tied at 2 games apiece. Reggie on the wing with 5 to shoot. Here comes the 3. Boom, baby!
What a game this is, folks. One team going right after the other and getting it when it counts.
Your turn, Mr. Bryant. What have you got for us this time, Kobe? Pull up 22, yes! Oh!
If you want to be a hero, you've got to take hero shots.
22 seconds to go.
Lakers lead it by a point. Now 14 on the shot with 12. Sean, a running shot. No. Rebound, Kobe Bryant puts it in. Kobe Bryant.
How good is this kid?
The Pacers would have one final possession, and the sharpshooter who had been Kobe's equal all game long wanted the ball.
That's it.
Wait.
The crowd chanting, beat LA, beat LA.
This is what we think they may run. Now, I've been here before in this situation. And what they ran at that time was they doubled down on Reggie and they circled him to here and hit him here for a 3.
Is there one more miracle left? and the old-timers from Indiana.
Well, you can just feel the tension in this building.
Mark Jackson, 4 seconds.
We're down inside of 5. Reggie comes around.
Reggie off the screen for 3.
Reggie for the win!
No, and that's it. The Lakers take a 3-1 series lead. This is one for the ages. It doesn't get any better than this, ever.
This is the game that I've been dreaming about. Actually dreaming about hitting the game-winning shot. I think for myself personally, it just gives me more confidence. But I think more importantly, it gives my teammates the confidence in me to perform in these type of situations, and that's something that I value tremendously.
There comes a time for every professional athlete when the game becomes work. But for the special teams, when everything's going just right, it all becomes fun again.
I think what's special about this group, it seemed like no matter what happened on the court, it never affected us away from basketball. When we saw each other in the hallway, in the hotel, or we're riding on the bus or on the plane, our personal relationships, I think, were much deeper and much closer than they had ever been in any other group I've been a part of. And there was really a feel of family and a feel of, really sincerely caring about your teammate.
Table is set for the Los Angeles Lakers to win their first World Championship since 1988.
One win away from realizing their childhood dream to win an NBA championship. Will it happen here tonight?
Not in our house, no way. We're going to L.A.
Mentally, we have to stay focused, and we have to play like it's the 7th game.
It's hard to stay in the moment in this kind of a situation. You get giddy. You got a lot of energy, you got a lot of thoughts about it. You stay really focused.
The Lakers are one victory away, but they have had trouble closing out series in this postseason.
In Game 5, the Pacers showed the Lakers the difference between having the time of your life and fighting for it.
Reggie's 3-ball, yes. Reggie Miller guns his first 3-ball of the night.
Brent, this Pacer team is totally focused.
Here's a dribble drive by Jackson. Didn't shoot it. They spin the ball. Another three-pointer on the way. That's good. They're 6 for 6 from three-point range, and the Lakers better warm up the bullpen.
We're going to contest Rose and Miller. They've had wide open looks. Kobe, don't run around on defense too much yet. Just stay solid.
Best still handling on top. Waits for a cutting Reggie Miller. Steps inside off a fake of Shaw. Yes! Nails the 3-ball from the left corner.
It soon became apparent that it wasn't time to plot a comeback for Game 5. It was time to plan for a recovery in Game 6.
Jalen outside to Reggie. Here it comes. Count it! And put him on the line! A 4-point play!
The Lakers will not be celebrating on the Pacers court.
We are going back to Cali.
This is the worst beating the Lakers have taken all year long.
I don't like to think of a team that has championship quality in it that loses by 33 points. And, we have to prove something to ourselves when we go back home in this regard.
They say success, is a long journey. And it's definitely, in this case, been long because of the failures we've had.
Few thought this series would be at this stage, especially after LA went up 2-0 last week here. But back we are.
We've been criticized and maligned for not being mature enough as individuals and as a team to fight through adversity.
The Lakers are confident they can put away the Pacers and win the franchise's 7th NBA title and first in 12 years.
When you fail as a group, it's no better way to celebrate than with those that you fought and toiled so long and hard for the same common goal. All of those pains have fallen short, all wash away with a championship.
In Game 6, the Lakers had to accept the fact that there would have to be a competition before there could be a celebration.
Knocked away from Kobe by Reggie Miller. Now it's a foot race, and Reggie wins it.
But by now, their resolve had been tested so many times that they could no longer doubt themselves. They would simply play their hearts out till the final buzzer, then count up the points and see if they had enough.
Lob, O'Neal, catch, back, slam.
During the first quarter, the Pacers' momentum from their Game 5 win was carrying over as they took the early lead.
Dale Davis from Mark Jackson. Fake shot on his feet and scores.
Bird has to be extremely pleased with how this is unfolding so far. As Jackson fires it from midcourt. Yes! 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 Can you believe that?
Two great teams seemed to share the court as they battled on it.
Into Ori, off to Shaq, the two-handed slam. Now that's good basketball.
A mutual respect growing as each took the other's best shot and kept fighting.
For the three, yes, Austin Crozier.
The Lakers were playing at the top of their game through 3 quarters, but had still failed to overtake the Pacers. In the fourth quarter, they would have to show themselves and the world how much more they had to give.
Out to Fisher for 3 points. He got it. Both teams battling for their collective lives.
Fox waits for Shaq. He doesn't come, so he fires a three. Rick Fox with a cold-blooded three.
How often have we seen this from the Lakers? Guys that you don't expect to make shots. We've seen Fisher. We've seen Ori. Now we see Fox.
Shaw steals it. Jackson back. 2-on-1. Bryant in on Jackson.
Kobe and deep give to Shaq. Shaq is hammered, scores, foul. Listen to this crowd. The Lakers have the lead.
Once the Lakers finally took the lead, the Staples Center crowd waited for the Pacers to just go away and let them celebrate. But the Pacers weren't done yet.
Parker on the drive, missed the slam. Davis, great play. Crozier's got it. Trailing by 3. Pacers come back. Cross into the corner now. Rose, yes, tied as Jalen Rose knocks down the 3 ball with 5 minutes to go. The Pacers reel off 7 unanswered points. Larry Bird's team simply will not go away.
By now, it wasn't about the starters and the bench, the superstars and the role players. It was just a team that would have to find the way to get the ball in the basket every time down the floor. And they would have to do it together.
Looking for one final run here. Harper penetrates. Pickett Ori. He passes up the 3, drives on Crozier, jump shot. Yes! Robert Ori driving to the paint. Puts the Lakers up 105-103. Ori with 8 points in this quarter.
Harper to Shaq. Guarded by Davis. Turnaround jumper. He's got 40.
Watching Shaquille O'Neal, there is no way that he is going to let the Lakers lose this game. Circle to Bryant. Bryant, the pull-up jump. Yes! Oh, baby. Oh, baby. The Lakers are closing in now on that championship.
Reggie turns and pumps it up off the rim, and the Lakers are the 2000 NBA champions.
They're going wild. There's never anything quite like the first NBA championship.
Shaq not only the MVP of the regular season, but also the playoffs. Look at the tears running down his cheeks.
Congratulations to the NBA 2000 champions, Los Angeles Lakers, their fans, and the city.
I just want to say thank y'all for believing in us, and we're going to get one next year, too. And my teammates, I love y'all.
That play call also.
I can retire now and quit now.
Maybe you want to do it.
I'll be back next year. Go, Hop. Can I get some? Awesome, baby! Awesome, baby! Y'all gonna make me lose my mind. Up in here, up in here. Y'all gonna make me lose my mind. Up in here, up in here.
Yeah, get a look at the dynasty. This is the next one right here. This is it, fellas. We work all year long for it, man. Shaq the man, most dominant player in the world. Championship, it's ours.
Finally got one. Yeah. Finally got one.
I've never experienced anything like this.
We love you. Like Kobe said, the trophy is home, where it belongs, and we're going to get another one next year.
I guess I've done it again. I brought you down so low. I don't know how, but I always find a way. It's so amazing how I can tear you up so easy. I seem to do this to you over and over and over again. That I'm good at tearing up a lover. That's not the talent I meant to share with you. So many times I could have made the right decision. Instead I do this to you over and over and over again.